The concept is really simple. My room is boring, old, dusty, and overall it doesn't give me any value anymore. So in this video I will try to transform my boring room into a room that I'll finally feel good stepping in. Well, hopefully. Mainly for two reasons. It served me as an office and a gaming room until now, and I didn't feel motivated recently to work in this environment. Also, I needed some space for all my new hobbies and interests. To clear my name from the start and avoid any upcoming judgments, this project is going to be a completely new experiment for me, because I haven't really done anything like this before. And with my amazing problem-solving skills, I have a feeling that somehow I'm gonna mess it up.
I think I made a mistake.
I make a lot of dumb choices in this video, starting with this side wall that I decided to peel off the paint for some reason, which is going to backfire me later on. 30 minutes in, this is a whole arm workout. I'm sure there is an easier way than using this to kind of like removing the paint. I wanted to paint it white at the beginning, but now as I'm seeing this color, I might leave it as it is. At this point, you can tell clearly that I was prepared for this project and I planned ahead for every little details. But if there is one thing about me that I love about myself, is that since I was a kid, most of the times I just started a new project without any planning and I figured out along the way. And yes, 98% of the time I ended up with an injury or something bad happened. And it wasn't any better in this video because not even 30 minutes in and I already managed to mess up my palm. Anyway, this time I really wanted to make something that I'm proud of. It took me about 6 hours to finish scratching the sidewall and the room is filled with clouds and dust, which made it difficult to breathe.
There's smoke everywhere. Look at this. I don't know if you can see it through the camera, but this is crazy. So because it is super dusty, I cannot really paint right now. So I was thinking like maybe we can do something with the ceiling, like remove all this thing, because maybe there is dust in that as well. It's been there for a couple of years. That sounds like a good idea to do. Whew. Oh my god. I'm about to show you what we are dealing with, just so you will have an idea. These are small pieces. I had a LED running underneath here, all around the room, but I lost the control, so yeah. There's no use of it now. And as you can see, 2 of the 4 walls are fully covered with windows. So I thought that putting everything on that side of the room would be a good idea and it wouldn't really bother me. But it didn't take long time to realize that I was once again wrong. I know I already made a huge mess, but as I'm doing that part, I realized how big of a mess I'm really going to do. With this part, we're not really going to do anything, so I tried to move everything to that side, so it's not going to bother the process. This is the main wall that we're working with. So what I'm thinking of covering this area with plastic bags or trash bags or anything. So we're trying to minimalize the mess that we're doing in the areas that we need. Let's get to work. After starting removing the ceiling, I already ran into the next issue. I found some holes. Like as you can see, there are holes everywhere. I haven't done anything like this before, so it is a great experience to have. But as they say, the deeper the hole, the bigger the problem. Now, I don't really know where did I hear it, but at the time, I truly didn't know what are those holes serving. Oh my god, this is a big piece. Let's go. This is so satisfying. If you would have told me 5 years ago that I would be sitting here making silly videos to my YouTube channel about experiencing and trying things I haven't even heard about before, then I would probably say that I'm not comfortable being in front of the camera and politely laugh in your face. But once again, I was mistaken, because here I am doing all these mistakes openly to the world, and the best part of it, that I'm proud of it. Recently, I just finished one of my biggest projects till now, which is Project Skillset. And that was one of the best and most difficult times of my life. If you are not familiar with it, it was a challenge I set to myself at the end of 2024 to learn a new skill every day for 100 days straight. It let me experience all kind of different things, allowed me to make mistakes, keep trying and fix them on the go. Also, I did document every day on my YouTube channel, so if it sounds interesting to you, then check it out after the video. Meanwhile, after finishing the roof removal phase, the room already looked bad, which meant one thing, that it can only look better from now. To give you an idea of the workspace, this room was a balcony over 2 decades ago, which then turned into a bedroom where I lived with my older brother for almost 12 years. In 2017, my family moved to a different country and I decided to stay in this house, where today I live with my wife and our cat. So yeah, after
after my family left, I decided to take over the master bedroom and build this room into a man cave area that I can use for gaming, chilling, smoking, and you know, all that kind of things that an 18-year-old would do in their early phases. But as I'm growing older, my interest changes and I'm slowly becoming more responsible version of myself. This is why I decided to start this project. So after filling up the holes in the wall and started painting with the pre-paint to make the wall more even, after messing it up with all the scratches I left on earlier, after 2 layers of paint on each wall, I finally finished with this part.
Finally, it is the last day of the painting and the paint is dry. The second layer is done and it is looking super clean, super fresh. It's not that clean on the camera, but I swear, IRL, you don't see these scratches. All I gotta do now is cleaning up. Whoo! I don't know why I haven't done it from the beginning, don't ask me. I've done mistakes. A lot, but finally I decided to move everything out so I have more space to move things around.
And oh boy, now I remember exactly why I tried to avoid this task all the way till now. It took me 30 minutes to figure it out how I can fit it in the door frame, but eventually I managed to puzzle it out and it turned out to be a great decision because I ended up not using the table in this room anymore, so it's less things to worry about in the future.
Ah, I think I got it. Why I didn't think of that before? Yes!
Talking about door frames, you might have noticed already that the bottom glass part is missing.
So after almost a decade, I decided to fix it. Let me explain how it happened.
I mentioned earlier that my brother and I lived in this room. We always fought over everything. You know, that sibling love. And one day, we were home alone, we played, and after a few hours, things got out of control. And I decided to lock him in the room for no reason at all. And the thing is, he can't open it from the inside. Obviously, it didn't bother him at the start, but then after some time, he wanted to get out and started knocking on the door. It got louder and louder. And me being the little annoying brother, I just stared at him from the outside, which made him even angrier. So he started kicking the door with his feet, and with one of the kicks, broke the glass. Then I got shocked and I decided to open the door for him. His feet were bleeding, he was quiet, but the silence was deadly in that moment. But don't worry, we love each other. Since then, we never really fixed the door, but today, I decided to lock it back up again.
I mean, that looks better than I expected, so I'm happy. Is it perfect? Absolutely not, but it's mine. Here's the latest news. Yes, before you ask, I did shave, and today I'm going to do the ceiling, and I want to remove the lamps. So, about the lamps, I have never done any electricians before. So I asked my father-in-law how I'm supposed to remove it without putting myself in danger, because I didn't want to get shocked. And he was super nice, started laying out some advices, and at the end he was like, don't worry about it, I'ma come and help you. I really wanted to finish this project by myself, but I didn't want to be in the same time and telling him, no, don't come, I'll do it by myself. So he will be here in a minute and we'll remove the lamps.
After he arrived, I explained to him the idea of what I wanted to do exactly. Then after a short discussion, he recommended this pattern on the sidewall, which I fell in love with. The idea was to have wood plank grill on the sidewall and place the shelves on it. But after some planning and research, I found out that it is out of my current budget. So I choose a self-adhesive wallpaper option instead. And now going back, do you remember when I said I decided to peel off the paint for some reason, which is going to backfire me later on? Exactly. Anyway, at least now we have a clean wall.
Alright, so I went ahead and bought 2 of these LED panels. I'm going to put it down before I broke it. This is what I'm talking about. This will go probably to there, and I'll put 1 in there and see how it's performing. If I'm happy with it, 2 is enough because it's a little bit expensive. Also, I want to put another light to there to light up the room in this way. But it's not going to be the same as this one. It's probably going to be a 40 by 40 square, so I can fit it in there nice and easy. We just finished with all the cable management. The 2 lights are up. Let's test them out. First, I'm gonna turn this off. And let's see. 3, 2, 1. Looking clean.
As you can see, I was extremely happy with it. I can also change the colors to warm and cold and adjust the brightness if needed. But because this room will serve me as a studio in the long run, I knew that I'll need bigger light source overall. So I ended up buying 2 more panels at the end, which I didn't regret.
Also, if you can see, the roof is a little bit dusty in some areas, like there as well. So we are leaking. Tomorrow I'll finish the roof, I'll cover it up, and it will look almost ready.
The next day.
Good morning, it's a beautiful day. Today I want to fix the leakage and put the roof hopefully. So let's start with the leakage. I'm going to fix it from the outside, so I'll see you in a bit.
Obviously, I had to fix the roof issue from the outside.
So this part over there is what we got to fix. Luckily, I'm tall enough that I can reach it, but we have the ladder, so we won't have any issues. Let's get it. Oops. So what we're going to do exactly, I have this silicone and I'll show you in a second. There's a lot of these panels that are not sticking, as you can see, which is supposed to be sticking like this, for example. So we will just go over these parts and try to stick them, and if we manage to do it correctly, the water will stop leaking in and it will just flow this way. So this is the plan. Let's see how it goes.
Now, there is a first time for everything, and it's been my first time using this silicone machine. Took me a minute to figure it out, but once I got it in its place, I fixed all the panels that I could reach from the ground level, with the help of the ladder of course. But when it was time to get up and fix the upper panels, the next issue already took its place. I had no idea how I'm going to get up there. I tried the most obvious way, trying to force myself up somehow. I even tried grabbing on one of the panels to give me something to hold into, but it also didn't work because the angle of the roof were too sharp. So my beautiful brain thought that maybe I could put the ladder up there and try to climb it up to get the height I need so I could jump easily. But luckily I realized how dangerous and stupid idea it was just in time.
Not a good idea.
So I came up with the last solution I had in mind, and the idea was to try to throw the rope through one of the pipes so I have something to hold into, and surprisingly, it works.
Okay, we're up.
I went through each panel, sticking them one by one, and not even halfway there, I had to stop.
Bad news, I ran out of silicone. Let's get a new one. I didn't remove the lid. Why is this black? It will do the job. Stay. The rope is a lifesaver for sure. Let's continue.
After finishing the roof, hopefully I did a good job and it's going to stop the leakage, but I guess we'll find out with time.
Okay, this is finished. Let's get down. Oh, let's go. Don't forget to take out this. This was a life-saving.
I got back in the room and finished the cable management, so I could start applying the roof. Before doing it, I wanted to remove the light, so I could put the styrofoam on that part as well. But then the next disaster happened. I really wish I would have caught that on camera, but unfortunately I was recording in time-lapse. But what happened is that I forgot to turn off the light before removing it, so probably you can guess what happened.
Huge mistake. I took off the cable from here and everything. It turns out the light was on. Good thing I survived. I f***ed up big time. But this is what we learn from. Whew, that was scary. I don't know if I f***ed up the light, to be honest, because look at this. This is burnt. Fingers crossed, hopefully. I'll reassemble everything and let's see. Alright, let's see. Please. Yes! It's working. I really thought that I broke it, but now we finally move on to the ceiling. Finally, I can cover up this ugly looking ceiling. So let's get it.
So I started applying the roof, and this is the part that I was scared the most of during the room process. But surprisingly, for the first time, I haven't messed up anything yet.
Bad news and good news. Today we done a lot of things already, but we ran out of glue, so we only managed to do half of the wall. I'm kind of seeing the full picture already. This is beautiful.
One eternity later.
I got the glue, so let's finish this up. I believe today we are going to finish the room. Let's go!
Not to tap myself in the back or anything, but I do think I did a perfect job with this part of the project. Maybe I need to be more scared of things before I do them. I feel like every time I made a mistake, I'm able to figure out a way how to fix it. That's what makes it enjoyable. As long as it's running and working, it don't have to be perfect. And I can do that.
Ceiling is done.
It's definitely a good thing that I finished the roof on the day before, because today I woke up to a white wall, which would have definitely interrupted the sealing process. But no leakage for now, so I could work on the sidewall. For some reason, the full footage was blurred, which I only realized at the end, but you can imagine the process, it was something like this.
I haven't really realized that the time-lapse record wasn't in focus at all for the whole footage, but I just finished this wall. All what's left is to clean up this mess, decorate a little bit, and we can start working. I'm super excited. Oh, I almost forgot. I need to go and get some corners all around there to make it a little bit better. Let's clean up this mess.
So how long did it take to finish this project? Keep in mind that not all of these days are full days, but all in all the amount of days I spent working on this project is 12, and I thought I would be done in less than a week. How much did it cost? I did what I could to save, but still it passed the limited amount I have set to this project. This project cost me 738 euros and my original limit was 500. I agree, that's a lot considering the fact that most of the furniture was there already, but that's business folks. In fact, my immediate instinct would be not to say anything, but as I watched other similar transformation videos on YouTube in the past, I've been so curious about how much the project cost and I always appreciated the transparency. So I polished up, cleaned the mess, I sealed the inside, put the corners that I talked about, placed the 2 missing lights, put up the shelves and all the decor I planned before. So now, let's check the final reveal.
Editing Hoyt here. I have done some minor changes to the room since the last update. As you can see, there is a little door over there. You might have say, what kind of door is that? Exactly, it is a hidden door. Let me show you. Me and my brother done this door from scratch, from literally trash. Let me know if you want to see a video about that as well. But for now, let's see the final reveal.